And now it's time for Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love in Black with Tory and Teri. This show is sponsored in part by Gracie's on Kirby in Houston, Texas, and the Carrabba's Family Restaurants. And now your hosts, Tory and Teri.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri. Hey, we just want to thank all you guys that tuned in last week and today.
Yes, we also thank those of you that signed up for our services last Saturday and during the week. Please continue to go to iforeverwill.com to register for your free counseling consultation.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We were, in between sessions, we were like fielding calls and stuff last week trying to get everyone in. So
it was so exciting though. It was just really sound the alarm. This is great.
It really was. So we really appreciate you guys, and we appreciate you going to our social media pages as well to inquire about our services and sending in the letters and questions to be answered on air.
Yes, throughout the show, you will hear us say, go to iforeverwill.com and register for a free consultation. But today, we're giving away a couple of Gracie's gift cards. And for this, we want you to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage and click on our email address. In the subject line, type, win Gracie's gift card.
Yep, and as I say every week, all of our episodes that we do here on the air are loaded on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
So to catch our past shows, just go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Love in Black with Tory and Teri. And to be a guest, advertise a show sponsor, all you got to do is go to our media website at loveandblack.toryandterry.com and fill out the booking request form and select your option on there.
Amen, amen. All right, baby. Today's show is special because it's all about you, our listeners. We are answering your questions today. It's all about y'all. So you guys are on the marquee today. Huh?
Yeah, that's right. So what we did, because we had so many letters came in, we decided to go ahead and just do the answer letters and questions from last week. So what we did was chose our top two that we felt those writers have already been contacted, and they will receive a Gracie's gift card, a free Gracie's gift card, or a free counseling session after you purchase your first one. So sit back, relax, and we will read their entries right after these brief messages.
Don't go away.
Hey, what's up, family? This is KG Smooth, and you're listening to Love in Black with Tory and Teri right here on Praise 92.1.
I'm so tired of your narcissistic personality.
I'm tired of you not validating my feelings.
What? What about when you cheated on me with my best friend?
Mother.
Whoa, does this sound like you? Need help in resolving the most simplest of issues? I Forever Will Marriage Counseling has helped many couples overcome these challenges and many others. Contact us today at iforeverwill.com or call us at 346-349-6441. And now, back to Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love in Black with Tory and Teri. This episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive and the Carrabba's Family of Restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveandblackwithtoryandterry.com.
Hey, and we're back.
Yes.
As my wife was saying before the break, we are answering your questions today. But right now, we want you to go to iforeverwill.com, go to the bottom of the homepage, click on our email address, and type win Gracie's gift card.
Woohoo! Good luck, y'all. Listen, we will select the 10th and the 20th email received. Are you ready to get started reading the questions? You ready? Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm really getting ready for this.
That's why we're here. Let's get started.
Okay. Our first question is, my wife and I talked about counseling. What are some of the takeaways you will learn in counseling that will help your marriage succeed? Okay?
You know, one of the very first things that I can think of, and the thing that we ask all the time is, I know you guys heard the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It? But my thing is, what's your why?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Because I don't care what the issues are that they're coming to us. I mean, it could be, he cut the cable wires and I couldn't watch TV for a week or whatever. I was going to say some other stuff, but I didn't. But anyway, we get some extreme stuff. And then at the end of the letter or at the end of whoever called us, they always say, but I love them. Right. I love him or I love her. So what's love got
don't
to
buy
do
a cup
with
of
it?
coffee. I'm just
Take
saying.
love out of the equation. Okay. And that's what we're going to teach you, how to love your mate, but know your mate as well.
Absolutely. It's got to be more, for sure.
Exactly. So establishing an emotional connection is, among other things, that will ensure your success when doing marital counseling or even relationship counseling.
Yeah. And to piggyback off of what my husband's statement was, I would suggest another good place to start is to read the 5 love languages and take the assessment. This will prove very helpful in discovering how to get to know your mate, as well as how you communicate, your styles, and why you tick the way you do. There's several questions that you'll ask. So counseling will guide you through that process as well.
Yeah. And we'll also teach you how to learn your spouse. We got this thing we call that we do during our sessions where we say it's renewing your spouse.
Right.
And I don't care how long you've been together, people change. And you're expected to change. You should change.
We changed.
Yeah,
over the
we
years,
changed.
for sure.
I've gotten bigger, and
No, not just that. We've all kind of gone up and down, but we do change.
Anyway, there's so much to learn about your spouse. I always had this joke like, when you start eating greens,
God, that's
so
always
I know,
that.
right? But it's all about renewing your spouse and what it takes to be a great husband or a great wife. And again, counseling will bring that out.
Absolutely. We can't leave out you fire starters, okay? You fire starters. I'm referring to those of you that do not resolve your issues and need help in effective communication and fighting fair. Believe it or not, communication is the leading cause of divorce. Real talk. So it is important to be open, honest, and be able to resolve your issues when it comes to communicating with one another.
Yeah. And don't forget, counseling can help develop core values in your relationship.
Sure. Yeah.
We got this thing that we do at the beginning of our sessions with our new clients, and we have them identify their ideal marriage. But in that ideal marriage, we want to know, hey, don't just put on there, I want a man of God, or I want, my husband or wife to be faithful. Treat it like a business almost. What are your core values? Identify the differences that make you guys tick. What's your deal breakers? What does your marriage stand for?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And lastly, marital counseling is never a bad idea. I mean, whether it's from your pastor or a marriage counselor, there's no embarrassment in seeking help or just having a professional facilitate a necessary conversation between you and your spouse. I mean, there are some things that, couples just can't talk about because they get into it when they try.
Yeah. And, and we always say that, or we hear all the time that, it's a stereotype that Black people don't do counseling. And you guys probably heard me say this before. Over 90% of our clients are Black. I mean, not by, I don't know by virtue of they notice that we're Black or whatever, but they see what we do. And I mean, we get a lot of other types as well, but forget about the stigma. And in addition to marital counseling, we also provide relationship counseling. We also provide individual counseling. And that individual
family counseling,
and family counseling. Mm-hmm. The individual counseling, though, is what's going to help them be a good husband or be a good wife.
Absolutely.
Because we're going to pull out some things that are within them that they probably don't even know, or they've experienced things a long time ago.
Or acknowledge. How about that?
Exactly. Well,
for sure.
The first time, once you acknowledge, now we can help identify. Once you acknowledge what your problem is, we can help you identify.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with that, and that's what we're here for. So let's look at ourselves a little closer. Man in the mirror, the man in the mirror. How about that?
Or the woman. How about that?
That's man, woman. Yeah, y'all know.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna go to break, and we are going to discuss our next letter when we come back, and might have some goodies for you guys when we come back as well.
I'm so tired of your narcissistic personality.
I'm tired of you not validating my feelings.
What? What about when you cheated on me with my best friend?
Mother.
Whoa, does this sound like you? Need help in resolving the most simplest of issues? I Forever Will Marriage Counseling has helped many couples overcome these challenges and many others. Contact us today at iforeverwill.com or call us at 346-349-6441. This episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive, and the Carrabba's family of restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveandblackwithtoriandterry.com. And now, back to Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love and Black with Tory and Teri.
Hey, and welcome back. Hey, we said that we were going to be giving away some goodies, so
Love it.
Yeah, I know, right? So we're since you guys had just flooded our lines, I'll say, last week.
It's so hard. Don't want to give it to everybody.
I know, right? But we are going to extend our special to this weekend as well, or this week rather.
I'm glad.
But so the thing is, once again, go to iforeverwill.com right now.
Yes.
Scroll down to the bottom of the page. All you gotta do is just click on our email address right there, and I think it's info@iforeverwill.com. And what'll happen is that all we want you to do is type in free counseling session, buy one get one, or you can just type in BOGO.
Okay, giving spirit and the giving spirit.
Yeah. So, and again, we're going to select what did you do last time? The 10th and the 20th?
The 10th and the 20th,
I think this time we'll do the 5th and the 15th. How about that?
Or let's do the 3rd and the 7th.
3rd and the 7th?
Well, because of these numbers, they're important when it comes to Christ. How about
I was going to say, how about the
Trinity?
1st and the 15th?
Okay.
That's when some people get paid.
You know what? Let him. Hey, it was your idea, baby. So go for it.
So the first letter and the 15th letter, we're going to select for the free counseling session. Buy one, get one. And again, this is for new clients only.
Yeah, new clients.
New clients only.
Yeah. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family. Also, guys, don't forget to follow us on all social media at Love and Black with Tory and Teri. And
That's us.
You know what? I think because we get these letters that come in and say, "Dear Tory, Torrrrry."
Our spelling. Yeah, you guys just butcher our names.
Terrii.
Yeah, it's enough that they already confuse us. He's Tory, I'm Teri, but people confuse us.
So
all
I don't think people know, because we never told people how to spell our actual name. So mine is Torry and hers is Teri.
I'm the E. Yeah.
The E. What the E stand for?
Stands for
she's
everything.
Elegant. She's elegant. Everything
wonderful.
y'all.
Everything
all right,
loving.
I'm
everything positive.
How about everything?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
All right, now.
But anyway, so let's do that. And
that sounds good.
Yeah. So the 1st and the 15th.
1st and the 15th letter.
Yeah, and we're gonna get you guys a free counseling session. All right.
All right.
So
let's move
on. Yeah. All right. Our next question is actually a short letter.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Let's see what we got.
And it's real short, but it's impactful. My wife cheated on me and left a few days ago, but she keeps calling me. What in the hell does she want?
Oh my God.
I am so mad that and I threw that part in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know he did. That's why I said that.
But anyway, I'm so mad. I do not want to talk to her. What do I do?
Oh, wow.
Ladies first.
You know that situation when that's intense, right? That had to be an intense motive for her to leave, and then now she's calling. Yeah. First, you have a right to
But you know what? Did she leave? Oh, well, apparently she did leave.
Didn't he just say that?
He just said my wife cheated on me.
My wife cheated on me and left a few days ago.
Left a few days. Okay.
And she keeps calling me. So he said, I'm so mad, I don't want to talk to her. This is the thing. You have a right to grieve.
Yeah.
Anybody that has been in that situation completely understands. You have a right to grieve. And this wound is still really, really fresh. So I'm sure that the shock factor is still present as well. Yeah. So when you are ready to take her call, then take it. Maybe not all of them.
Yeah,
but you want to hear her out.
She's calling.
I'm sure that you have many questions that only she can answer, right? So maybe she wants to return home. Find out what it is that she wants to say. Maybe she realizes her mistake and trying to, make an atonement. So this will allow her some, the opportunity to address some of the things that you just may want to discuss. So you can take some of her calls, maybe not all. Maybe you want to take them all. You pray on it, though. I would advise you to pray on it.
Yeah. And you know what? Answering her call, like you said, it will help with the healing process. Because
at some point it's going to have to start.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine him going through his mind right now, not knowing anything. He probably has 1,000,001 questions running through his head. And it's funny how the brain works, right? How your mind operates, because it's dark up there. And the thing is that
light.
It needs some
That's
light.
why I said pray.
Yeah, but what happens is that when something traumatic like this happens to us, and we don't know why, we're going to work every day and coming home thinking everything's okay, but meanwhile, this other person has a different agenda or objective going on, and we find out either through confession or not necessarily in this case, but in a lot of cases, we find out where someone has said, "Hey, I'm sleeping with your man. What you gonna do about it?" or whatever,
The dreaded phone calls.
Or text
made
message
to the wife or whatever. Yeah.
And it dawned on me, how the heck did they get their number? Right.
Well, because he's slipping and he's exposed himself too much to her to where she got access. That's how that happens.
Yeah.
It's bad. Don't get me started.
But anyway, where I was going with that though is that your mind is your worst enemy in this case, because you have all these different questions and things you want answered, but you don't have the answers, so your mind starts filling in the blanks.
Oh yeah, it'll do that. It'll
Yeah.
definitely, it's a runaway train.
It's a runaway train.
And that's why I told him, take some of those calls.
Yeah.
Because then
that's what I said. Answering her call may start the healing process with
absolutely.
you.
Get understanding. I mean, sometimes when I've said that, you guys, I say it every show. I say seek understanding, get understanding. And that doesn't mean that it's always going to be favorable, but at least having an understanding gives you a leg up on how to begin to process and just how to roll out best practices to solve it and resolve things.
Yeah. And when you do take that call for the first time, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be kind of hard, especially if it's real fresh, But the thing is...
And you don't have to make any promises either. Just listen.
Yeah. The thing is when we get into these, infidelity situations, one of the first questions that they ask us when they contact us is, can you help my marriage? Can I overcome this? Can we get over this?
Get past this. Get through this.
Yeah. So the answer is yes, but the real answer is there's work to be involved, and you have to roll up your sleeves in conjunction with us.
And you have to want your marriage, your relationship.
So just remember, this is look at it as a reconstruction of your marriage. And this may sound silly, but it's so true. A lot of times, infidelity actually brings these couples. Let me put a disclaimer on this. Don't be going out there committing adultry or whatever just to get your marriage back together.
Watch. Let me get this hall pass right quick. No.
That's
Zilch,
not
a zero.
No,
zero tolerance.
That's not what we're saying.
Absolutely.
But through our experience, we've found out that some couples actually have a stronger bond or a stronger relationship because they go to counseling and they get these tools now that they didn't have before.
Never had before.
Yeah.
So it opens up a whole new world for them.
And 100 times out of 100, well, I'm going to say 90% out of 100, a lot of times the person cheats because they've been telling their spouse or their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever what they need, but the other person just isn't listening.
They're not listening. People get so caught up in their own stuff that they can't even begin to process what somebody else's is.
Exactly.
But in order for this to work, there are some steps that must be taken, okay? That must be taken by the person that cheated, which are, 1, stop the affair, okay? You can't do both. You can't have your foot in and out. You can't be in and out. Stop the affair and assure your spouse it is over. Cut all contact with your lover. It is important for you to understand that if you want to repair your marriage, again, I'm going to say that if you want to repair it and not play games, you can't risk even being friends with your ex-lover. People try to do that on the sly. You can't do it. You can't serve this evil. You can't. God's watching, okay? At least not if you want to have and save your marriage. If you want to save your marriage, which is a decision you'll have to make, it just won't work.
What about
and be
if they
honest
work
with
together?
I'm sorry?
What about if they work together?
Well, I mean, we'll get into that, okay? But be honest with your spouse. In this phase, it's also important to be honest with your spouse. Very. If you happen to see your ex-lover by chance, tell your spouse. Also inform your partner if your ex contacts you. It won't feel good to do this, but it will allow you and your spouse to discuss the situation and also begin to rebuild trust. That's a big one right there, to even just offer that. Because of course, your spouse is, hey, you seen so-and-so? When was the last time you talked to so-and-so? Or whatever. So you offering that up first really starts to help, as well as show your spouse that you've deleted all contacts with your ex-lover. Display this by removing the contact details and deleting your social media connections with your ex-lover in front of your spouse, okay? You want to sow what you want to see. All right, that's extending that olive branch that I'm really trying to do my best. It can also help your spouse to develop trust again, which is what you're trying to build. It may be for a short period, but allow them to have access to your social media, your phone, to help them understand that the affair is over. You have nothing to hide, and that you are really done with them trying to move forward with your spouse. Avoid any secretive, meetings with family or friends, which, it may, and I'll say this because I didn't think, why would I be secret about meeting with family and friends? But avoid anything that may look like it, even if it's planning a surprise party or something like that. Anything that could appear secretive could actually be a trigger of paranoia for your spouse. And it just reopens, these are fragile wounds. So be really, really careful how you approach that. Over time, things will begin to level out and return to normal, although any secret behavior in the future cause concern for your spouse. And it's worth noting that. So you want to be very, very careful of just how you move, because anything could trigger, especially if it is not, it's not all the way healed.
Yep, got to be above board.
Yeah.
My next point is going to the person that cheated as well. If the spouse that was cheated on, if he or she asks you any questions, you got to answer their questions. It's part of the healing process, for one. But two, like my wife said, it's all about trust.
Yeah, if you want it,
So if you're evading questions, or you don't want to answer questions because you feel that, we're trying to get past this. No, you're trying to get past it real fast.
You did it, stand up in it.
But the person that's the victim, remember, they are the victim. And we say this all the time, as far as grief is concerned, and as far as building trust from infidelity, there's no timetable on this.
Can't put a timetable on that.
There's no timetable on it at all. So if he or she asks you any questions at all, answer them to your best ability. And the key component in trying to rebuild trust is honesty and transparency.
And some compassion, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Let's be honest. You cheated, okay? You got to empathize with your spouse. You cheated, and you're going to need to bear the consequences of your actions. You're going to need to accept the emotional response that your spouse will give you. And in most cases, this is not going to be good for you. Now, I'm not promoting any physical violence or any type of retaliation, but definitely, if there are tears, if they're screaming, how could you, blah, blah, you're got to be there for it. You've got to be there for it. It's crucial that your spouse has the space and time to express their feelings about the situation, including the hurt and anger. They're going to be angry. And they're going to probably call you on some stuff. So when you said you was at, so were you really? It's going to be a lot of that. So while your spouse is expressing their emotion, it's important that you practice empathy, no matter how frustrating things may seem. These difficulties, they'll pass. It's important for you to remember, though, that you have to rebuild. You have to rebuild something, and it's going to take some time. And just by accepting your spouse's reactions and empathizing with them, that's half the battle. So get through this phase successfully, and your spouse will begin to feel emotionally held by you. If you practice that empathy and even just, own it, outright own it. It's peculiar, but I'm telling you, it's the way that is created. It'll create a new intimacy in you all. Yeah. It really will, in your relationship. And this moment between you is really considered the first steps to a new healthy marriage, which is what you want to work toward.
Yeah, and you said a big word there, empathy. And a lot of people either don't have empathy toward their partners, or they don't even know what it entails. And basically what my wife is saying is that you have to look at things from his or her point of view.
Selfless.
Being selfless, exactly. So empathy is huge in that.
It is.
My next point, though, is kind of tied to the point I just made about being, answering questions and all. And that's like, keep talking and listening no matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
So remember, your spouse is going through this healing process. So they have answers. I mean, I don't care if they wake you up at 3 a.m. Yes, you're going to get tired of this. Yes, you're going to be like,
don't roll your eyes and just be like, you asked me this before, I told you already. None of that.
Yeah, your spouse,
Patience.
the victim, actually gets a hall pass on this one. Not that kind of hall pass, but get a hall pass.
I mean, you have to extend that to them.
Exactly.
That
So
grace.
be sure that the more you talk, the more you divulge. If you want it over quickly, you're answering the questions. Comply. Comply.
Comply.
Even if it takes a long time, comply.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there may be reasons why you had the affair, okay? There could be reasons. Perhaps your marriage was on the rocks, your sex life was non-existent, or your spouse had issues connecting with you. No matter what led you to this place, under no circumstances should you blame your spouse. There could be many reasons for it. I mean, there's even traumas that people go through with family issues, with things with their parents they're dealing with or whatever. It just, has you just totally disconnected. You can work through any issues. There's a lot of reasons why people have affairs, and not all of them is because they don't want their marriage or they really truly want somebody else and to start over again. So, you can work through these issues that, they some lead to cheating and, it can be destructive. But as you rebuild your marriage, because that's what you want to focus on, it's vital that you don't blame your spouse. Instead, apologize as many times as it takes and share just where that behavior came from. Show regret and remorse sincerely. Do everything in your power to assure your spouse that you will never cheat again. You might have to repeat this over and over again. Like I said, you may be like, I told you already. But until your spouse can trust you, it's going to take just that patience and that long suffering. This is what you need to do to repair your damage, and it has to be done. There will be time and space to work on any other issues that were present in the marriage before the affair, later during the healing process. Moreover, if after you sought God on this, I'm told you prayed, and you still feel disconnected or frustrated about the state of your marriage, but want to avoid separation, because you totally want to do that, or divorce, seek counseling, seek advice. You can contact us for your marriage counseling needs or seek a professional in your area, okay? But please do it, please.
Got to. And, to close this out, the guy was the victim here. And again, sir, you have every right to process and heal in your own time.
Sure he does, sure.
So by her making all these phone calls, trying to get back together with you, remember, it's still a healing process. And I say that, but I'm going to say this, and don't take it the wrong way. You can't live in that space. Even though you're healing, you can't live in that space. You can't make decisions from there, because you don't make decisions in dark places.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to be stuck there. You have to move forward with your life.
It's a dark place.
It definitely is. So definitely don't do that. Man, we had a great show.
We did. What a show. We hope that you were able to get these tools and, really change and establish, some solid foundation for you and your relationship moving forward.
Yeah. Hey, guys, we'll see you next week. And as my wife likes to say, make love, not war.
See you next week.
This episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive and the Carrabba's family of restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveandblackwithtoriandterry.com.